Joining me is Liberal Party Vice-President Teena McQueen and GT Communications boss Gemma Tonini. Gemma, it's wonderful to have you on the show. Thank you for joining me. But there's some bad news for our iron ore industry as China has secured a landmark deal in Guinea, that's in West Africa, that's actually going to give them access to one of the world's biggest unexploited deposits. Now, this strikes me as a huge blow to our export industry. It's going to play havoc with our balance of payments. Shouldn't the government be doing more to foster more mining in this country rather than allowing it to go to Africa?
Well, we both know the answer to that, Cory, and this is a conversation that I recall starting certainly in my home state of Western Australia years ago, 2, 3, possibly more years ago, about the understanding that China was already at that point seeking alternative suppliers of iron ore, and we all know how reliant on iron ore royalties the West Australian government is. Without them, they would be in a complete pickle compared to the surplus that Premier McGowan continues to remind us that he has. So this is, you know, you talk about closing the gate after the horse has bolted. The horse is halfway out of the home paddock already. You know, if you're a skilled horseman, you might be able to get it back, but this is a strategic decision that is coming home to bite Australia, and I don't know that there's much that can be done in the appropriate time frame, Cory, but the fact that this is now being reported in the way that it was today, I think it was the AFR, it's got to be cause for concern. And again, it plays into the whole climate conversation around, you know, Australia's role in the global, you know, climate discussion. China is doing what China will want to do. They're not going to get iron ore from us. They're getting it cheaper and from other sources, and no doubt in greater quantity.
But here's the thing, Teena. I mean, the government and successive governments have put massive impediments in place in order for people to have a mine in this country, whether they're scared of climate change or they're just scared of the greenies or whatever. But if we don't do it, if we don't maximise the use of our resources, they're just going to go somewhere else, which means Australians are going to be impoverished as a result. Is that a fair assessment?
That is an accurate assessment, Cory. Look, the mining industry's been over-regulated. The new IR laws are disastrous for it. The government has to consult people like Mrs Rinehart and others who know what they're doing, have known what to do for a long time. I don't think the situation's dire yet. We can prevent losing all these outgoing resources, losing contracts to China, but the government must cooperate and learn from those who take advice from those who know what they're doing. You know, we cannot disrupt policy and have the, you know, for green policies to affect the mines, and as I stated, the IR laws. We've got to act now to prevent this from happening, or we are in dire straits.
Yeah, learn from success, not from losers.